Oh boy. I'm a bit worried standing there in Kyoto. If they attack me, I will probably get toasted. But if I win this, I can make my peace with the Japanese. I'm not far away from piecing out with the coalition. Actually, that'll be next month. There's no point in taking more than a white piece here, really. The coalition will fizzle out. I have no doubt about that. So I take what I can from Japan and then release a subject and we're all good. Come on. Oh, nicely done. With Kyoto down, they really do not want to be at war with me. But I need to peace out. I really need to peace out soon. Could take even more. It's not like people care about it, but the thing that I'm torn about is I want to take things that are not Yamana cores. When I release Yamana, then I can quite happily reconquer Yamana's cores. No cost, really. But I want strategically important places which are already Yamana cores, so what's a man to do? I could take forts, but a lot of those are already Yamana cores. Even that's a Yamana core. And the stuff up here I care considerably less about, because I can think about the Japanese money. Of course! How could I forget about Japanese money? That said, leaving them completely with all their forts might not be a good idea. Plus, they're about to become technologically even more superior, perhaps. Pilfering the forts is a good idea if I'm going to take land anyway. It's a little bit over the top, but not a lot. See, that's pretty swell. I can release Yamana with these. I will get rid of the forts. I don't want to keep them, much less keep Yamana with them. And then when I come back, all this should be a clean sweep, and then it's just pushing through the rest of this. The Japanese should be significantly weakened by it. It makes sense to me. Thanks, Japan. Thanks especially for the dosh. And these suckers, you could spare me a little ducat, right? There's nothing really worth taking from them as far as I can see. Should have taken the gold, Jake. I mean, I wanted the forts. Taking the forts means I have to spend less gold sieging them down anyway. Now, do I give all this to Yamana with the forts and all? No, what I'll do is I'll get rid of these forts. They're not doing us any favors strategically. This fort is strategically important. I want you to keep hold of that. And we shall release you. Yamana. They'll be Shinto. I'm tempted to make them change their faith. Jings, that's a lot of cores. I'm glad I released you. Offensive, espionage, defensive, diplomatic. Nice core creation cost reduction. They're my only subject. I could force convert them, give them some dosh, and they probably have a lot of problems with that, actually, given the high autonomy and the like. Well, we'll leave them be for now. However, I need my army back home. We'll get our galleys over here, and then it's a question of where do we go now? And yeah, as dangerous as it is... Oh no, you cost me way too much. I think returning cores works fine in Reconquest as well, and I should be able to return cores to Yamana. So I'll do exactly that, and then just tell you to stay on Scootage. I'm really impressed with that Manchu. I don't really want to burn it down. Also, should I keep this? Yeah, I'm going to keep this for myself. It could prove pretty useful. I don't care about much about it, so I'll just give it maximum autonomy. Oh, it's a shipyard. What a coincidence. That also allows me to fight Ainu, but they're allied with Korea. Actually, that's not a problem. In fact, that's another gateway into Japan. Nice thinking. I might as well just spend this spy network on making more claims on the Japanese and then ditch it. I need my free diplomats these days. Ainu would make a nice ally, though. They're cute and all, but... Look at these islands. They should be my islands. Mylands. Well, I have no free diplomats to do with them anyway. And who would rise up here? Imagawans. That's good, because they will probably go over into more Imagawan cores. Imagawa looks like that, right? Well, hopefully they make their way over there, and then the Japanese can deal with them. That'll soon go away, don't worry about it. I need to fight the Ming eventually, though. I want to keep them on permanent blockade. That's a lot of dosh. A whole lot of dosh. Their alliance with Arakan doesn't really scare me. Arakan, I can also keep them locked down. Tell me more about the Ming fleet. 50 galleys, and I doubt they have the naval supremacy that the Japanese did, and even though they got torched alive. Leave Ainu alone, Jake. They're trying their hardest. That's cute. Ainu, just leave them be, says our resident BR. Right, we're not going for Ainu anytime soon, so don't sweat it. I don't have the admin to be pursuing things like that. What I want is to just have Ming under perma-blockade so that I can drink their dosh forevermore. But perhaps I should be pursuing other ventures. It's not like Ming have anything that I vitally need. Even this island gives me nothing that having these islands doesn't already give me. Other than some crappy, low-dev Chinese. And who would want that? Okay, they have shipyards, and I do like shipyards. Don't forget to send a man. Yeah, I don't think it would survive the trip very well right now. But you're not wrong. Which one was it? No, I wish I hadn't mixed it in with all the other ones. It was Shigure, right? Take you off off of whatchamacallit. Okay, where are my risks and where are my goals here? We were able to take a nice big bite out of Japan. We'll be back with Reconquest when our truce is over with them. Which is... Man, I have a lot of truces here. 34. So about 12 years' time we'll come and conquer a bunch of Japanese. Still wouldn't mind taking on Korea and Ainu, but again, the coring is a problem. The coring is a sizable problem. We have what we need to fight Vijayanagar. I really wonder if they would sell me the Maldives. It would make my life a bit easier and save me on the admin. Granted, they don't like the fact that I raided them, but, you know, everyone's going to get raided eventually. Why fight it? Hey, maybe Kielwell will be open to the idea. We'll see what they offer me, because then I can just take it, raid the money back from them, and feel like a real champion. I can already see the sparkle in Ming's eyes when you've taken Taiwan. I'm looking forward to putting Ming out of their misery. All these galleys are right here, right for putting the biggest blockade down on all of Ming China. Perhaps declaring the Ottomans yourself for Rhodes. Don't let them choose the war goal. Yeah, but if they choose the war goal of any of these islands, I can keep them protected, no problem. The trouble is getting anything off of the Ottomans is difficult because I can't put boots on the mainland. The Ottomans are just something that come by every now and then to cost me attention in exchange for a huge amount of subsidies. How best to go about that? Well, first let's see if anybody's willing to give us a bit of land. Alright, they're at war. How about Kielwa? Not at war? Is there anything you'd be willing to give me? Well, with enough dosh, anything is possible, right? But, oh wow. And that was even for a piece of rubbish land. What's the crappiest province here? Well, they're all various forms of crappy. This one's for development, and you're building a trade station there for me. Very nice of you. It's too far away, you say? They want some crazy levels of money for this land. I'd rather just invade them for them. The only reason I'm not invading the hell out of them is because Spain would get involved and keep me a bit distracted. Fijianagar, on the other hand, I could just attack. Bring my heavies in, sink their fleet, take this, and then raid my money back. 1, 2, 3 would get me up to here. 1, 2, 3 would allow me to raid around here as well, which is rather nice. But then there's the likes of Hadramut. Lots of options. How's Denmark doing? They were a wee bit crazy last time, I remember. The Poles have really taken the fight to them. I guess when Denmark dropped their Russian alliance, things stopped looking so good for them. The Ottomans are done with Russia, but they're taking it out with Akyunlu and Sistan now. What an Ardabil! What a vaguely historical Ardabil. Impressive stuff. Right, what do I do with all the everything I have right now? I still want to fight the British soon. That's in 30, so I have 8 years to open a can of whoop-ass on somebody. I just haven't named that somebody yet. There's my friend over here. 24. Alright, that's pretty soon. We can gobble up the last of you. You have no friends, and this land deserves to be mine anyway. Such righteousness, but it is right. Kebu has the supply limit for us all. We're all good there. And this is not an inland sea, so my galleys wouldn't be super effective. But I sincerely doubt they have a strong heavy fleet that's going to give me grief. So I think if I just have all my galleys here, I'll have them on lockdown. But with them down, I need to consider other targets, right? I'm not being aggressive enough. You know how the song goes, be aggressive, be aggressive. Thing is, man, the admin cost just scares me away from everything. I can't even core all my righteously taken Castilian provinces. Alright, Shigure, I'm convinced that, as you are now, you'll be able to make it back to the Man Maritime Museum. Can we call it that? Man Maritime Museum. Ah, man. There we go, the Maritime Museum. How are we looking on that? Oh, that's grim. And that's costing me a bucket of ducats. Which is all the more reason to look for where I can build more shipyards. Like there, and the Andamans. Inverness, East March, Ukik. It's not giving me as much as I would like, but it's going to have to do. Already taking attrition on its journey, but that's okay. It repairs in coastal sea zones, so I'm not too worried about it. Japan would not help Ainu, not yet at least. It's a bit dangerous to fight Ainu. I would like to fight Korea as well. Getting both of them would be rather nice, but that one Korean island really doesn't do anything for me. It does nothing that having this does, in terms of raiding and privateering and all that. And it's kind of cute seeing Jeju right there. I might make it a goal to restore Korea. You know, those cores aren't going anywhere. Would they be my vassal? Almost. I mean, sure, that's not great, but it's not far away. If they were friendly to me, then I think I'd be able to get myself a nice new Korean subject. Let's invest. I mean, where were you when people invested in Korea? Excellent. Alright, everybody here's just waiting for their opportunity to thrash into Mangawatsits. This isn't even the best place to be. I should have you right here, so you can jump on the majority of their army. We use a lot of sailors, probably because I have all these galleys active right now. I even have a bunch active out here that don't need to be, so let's get you back to the land of lols. And you folks, I would like you to be back in Britain, because there's going to be a whole lot of Brits to fight soon enough. Having all those active galleys hams into my sailors, something fierce as well. Don't underestimate the cost of that. Britain's trying to spy on me. No, they caught me spying on them. Oh well. 6.5 dozen, really. Military access from Brandenburg. Nope, after what you did to my armies, you get no freebies. I'm still suffering on the manpower and paying through the nose for mercenaries, which I'd rather not be doing. But if I got it, I got it. A year's time we crushed down on the last of the Philippine holdouts. Unless Palawan counts as Filipino, I'm not sure if it... guess the proof of the pudding's in the tasting there. Brunei still need to go down, but everyone's allied to everyone around here. Jake, you can force vassalize Korea with war with Ainu. I mean, I could, but I could also be a bit friendly about it. You know, we don't really make a lot of friends as a pirate. It would be nice to have somebody who actually chooses to be our friend. How you doing there, Yamana? The autonomy's still pretty high, so, well, if I forced him to be Catholic, I wonder how he'd react. Would he actually be able to do any conversions, I wonder? His income's actually pretty terrific. I reckon he'd manage to do it. Let's make it happen. I'll enforce religion, and then I'll placate him to make him relatively happy. There's still going to be more placation that needs to be done, but I rack up whatchamacallits easily enough. Prestige. We suffered for prestige for 2 centuries, now I can finally get some because I tend to win my engagements. Early frigate with nothing to do, then help out privateering in Yukibo. I'm just seeing where I have odds and ends units like you. A single light means little to me, so join in the Malacca privateering. Uh-oh, come on lad, you can make it. The Man Maritime Museum beckons you. Reformed zealots in London, get out of here. Uh-oh, it's kind of bad for me if you spread your heresy around Britain. Alsace being emperor is a bit of a joke. The emperor's had to undo so much. Damn, that's gonna cost me. They spread more of their disgusting religion and I'm gonna have to undo the damage later on. Well, what I'll focus on taking from the English then are their Catholic provinces, since that's less of a headache for me. They are Catholic, so they should be doing the effort to convert it, not me. 11 souls deed, what a shame. Jake, the best friends are those we force to be our friends. I mean, you're not wrong. But I still want to have somebody who is at least a bit consensual in it. I want to get another British flagship for the Maritime Museum. Still a few more of you to pick up and we're good. I could invest in more transports, but I'm really conscious of my exorbitant costs of the Navy. If I didn't have all my heavies on mothball, then that would undoubtedly be our biggest cost. They have 3 heavies. I'm confident that my 54 galleys will be able to take them down. Oh, why am I not raiding? Give me that dosh. Just come in for a raid before we take you over good and proper. Where's your port? Alright, yeah, I did them all. So, no Leban Soul. Who are we going to have then? I think we're going to have Grand Jester help us out. Oh god. help is being a bit generous there. Now, have I just made problems for you, or are you actually going to convert any of this? Well, he'd rather build, and I don't blame him for that. Wait, don't tell me he's building a fort. No, it's a manufactory. A good choice. I don't want to re-elect you. You're way too old. Let's get a new up-and-comer. Still old, but I'm low on options. I'll probably re-elect. Oh, they're a buffoon as well. That's going to make it harder to bring Korea into the fold. At least they only had one coast to raid, so it's not like my relations with them suffer too badly. Nice. Conversion get. And I have a little bit of admin, so I can at least start coring up these Castilian provinces so that they're full cores, not a lot of autonomy, and hopefully not going to rise up against me. And oh man, they're just causing grief for Britain there. And you'd think grief for Britain would be good for me, but not when I want that land myself. Plenty of supply limit there, we're good. Alright, so I'm ready on all fronts. People keep asking where my capital is. It's right here in Draken. Where else would I have a capital? Oh, can I build my... yes, I can build universities. It's a shame we lost our agricultural visionary. But I would quite like some universities. Should be done in my high development provinces, because I'm going to need the enlightenment in them. I mean, what good is a capital without a university? Oh god, they're expensive. Is it truly worth it? Well, getting that admin efficiency is very good, but getting that absolutism is also amazing. If I'm at peace, why don't I just clamp down on all the autonomy that the Spaniards have, kill the Spaniards, and then keep on moving? Because I do want that. And I could actually clamp down on... Wow, I didn't make you a full state. That's bad. I could clamp down on autonomy in Britain, because I have an army ready to kill any who rise up. Might be a good idea, actually. It's all in the interest of getting... Oof. Maybe not then. Maybe not. I'm a ways away from having anything that helps out on that front. Oh well, bin the autonomy idea. Well, no, getting me up to 15 at least couldn't hurt, right? Let's not have these English think that they can get away. Should I do the English? There's nothing that I need it for right now, at least, but... There we go. Get at least a bit of absolutism, a bit more when we clamp down on the Scottish, but I need some cores to do that. Like on Aberdeen, home sweet home. Okay, I didn't see that coming. Just as well, they waited for me to reduce my autonomy before they declare war. The Spanish have declared war, and the Spanish subjects, of course, join in. Who else is joining in? The Dutch and the Portuguese. Why would the Spanish declare war on me? They want my colony, Tulang Bewang, in Asia. But I was wanting to declare my own war in a few months. Well, that tells me what I need to know. I need to unmothball these guys and get them ready to rock and roll as quickly as possible. Thankfully for me, Kelang is a shipyard, so they should be restored pretty quickly. Tulang Bewang. Tulang. Oh. That's a problem. That is up there with my most open to attack colonies. Well, I mean, I'm confident they're not going to win this one overall. It's going to make it a bit harder to get Korea subjugated, since they won't want an alliance with me. Never mind the fact that the Spanish fleet is a joke. What is this? I guess the Italians wrecked their economy that hard. I don't want to leave myself open to Ottoman invasion by bringing in all of you, but you folks are no longer quite so... No, the Spanish could attack at any point. They could even attack here, actually. This is considerably risky because I don't have a heavy fleet on both sides of the ocean. Yeah, those Spanish heavies, if they jump out and attack. Not just Spanish, though. The bulk of them are Dutch. Bummer. Right, I need my heavy fleet back home and ready to deal with that. And I should activate any forts that are at risk. Rumden, you... And I don't think I really have that many forts. I don't need to worry about Venetia. Then we should be okay-ish. Alright, we'll see where they come for us. Oh, the Dutch didn't even know what hit them there. But I should be wary of that Dutch fleet, so let's just raid the just raid their coastline. Send them a message. This is what happens. Thank you kindly. Just paying in advance for the war. Oh, they're not the only ones that need to learn a few lessons about how they fight. Now I can split this one into two. You go up that way. You guys go up that way. Organizer's dead. And we're not above our force limit. And I don't think we're going to push ourselves up, so I'll just take any old advisor. Reformed zealots in Rumden. Okay, at least now they're engaging with the British, but not sure to what extent that's going to do us any good. Smugglers dominating. Isn't that exactly what we do? I'm actually going to take that because trade and tax are not my primary sources of income. Alright, that was nice and all. We just came and raided the dosh that we need for this war. Now, though, this is one of those tricky ones because there are going to be people across the world at war with me, and I don't know where my enemy's fleets are going to be. It's not Portugal. Keeps looking like Portugal, but it's not Portugal. They got a couple of colonies that I wouldn't mind being mine, but maybe I would. Apparently Glamorgan's not our claim anymore. I take issue with that. I should be able to get ticking war score just from keeping hold of my colony, but length of war is going to burn me on this one. I could start taking islands away from the Spaniards. I doubt the Italians would just hand over access. They hate the Spanish. I wonder if they'll go for another slug against them. Thankfully, though, they didn't call in France. They could have, so I'm surprised that they did not. The Spanish are allied with France, as are Italy. Jake, just click on Portuguese colonies and go, they keep looking like Portugal, but aren't. No, I clicked on this colony, which is definitely not Portuguese. It belongs to Hadarawatsits. These are Portuguese. I haven't lost my marbles just yet. I would love to mobilize my galleys, but now is really not the time. Alright, there's the Castilian